did you, let's back up for a second. How did you go and become the editor-in-chief of McFarlane Productions? What was the process there?
They needed somebody, and I had been working with Todd. We started coloring Spawn issue 45.
Oh, wow.
So I already been working with Todd for a very long time.
So this must have been 1996, 1995,
yeah,
96?
And I had this, back when I started, because it was, things at Top Cow. There was a guy at Top Cow that was I was VP of the creative side, and he was the business guy, and we just butted heads, and stuff. And it became a point where my wife's going to have our first son, and people made it very clearly. I mean, I was top of the pyramid at that point when it came to digital coloring. So everybody was always like, whenever you're free, we've got stuff for you, and back then pay you through the nose for it. And things became uncomfortable enough with that guy that at Top Cow that was like,
I'm gonna walk away.
I gotta go. Sorry, but I left Marc in good hands. I built a great. I mean, Richard Isanove, Steve Firchow. Some of the guys were still like the best top colorists in the world.
Yeah, still there.
I was good. It's like here. I never leave any job without here.
Somebody
you're all set. I can.
Not gonna leave anybody high and dry.
Yeah. But anyway, so then that's when Todd was one of the first clients for the coloring studio, and so that was 95.
And so how did Todd you picked up the phone, or Todd called you and said, hey, we want you to be our editor-in-chief, or what was it? It
was the president of his company at the time was Larry Martyr. Larry was once image publisher as well before that, and he just thought it'd be a good fit, and it was something I was interested in doing, and I felt there was a lot of low-hanging fruit, that he had not been, it's like there was a actual real authentic Japanese manga Spawn that was done that we never reprinted here. There was, it was when Brian Bendis was really, really hot at the time, and so was
Ultimate Spider-Man probably was.
Yeah, and we had all these Salmon Twitches that never got repackaged as trades, and then it was also the idea of you got all these cool toys, and we were going to do how I got actually to pencil and Spawn was Brian Holguin and myself were going to do McFarlane Dragons as a comic. And we started working on those pages. And I sent in the pages to Todd to look at, and I got about 5 pages into it. They go, yeah, but the guy who's doing this Dragons book, he's pretty good. Maybe he should take over Spawn. That guy's me, Todd. Yeah, okay. And then that's how I started.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And you were on that book for 2 years.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How did you come across that you were part of co-creating Witchblade?
It was really our hubris at the time, where it was Lady Death was selling through the roof, and she was selling through the roof and stuff, and we thought, we can do better than that. Yeah. And so we, Dave Wall and I went down to the Santa Monica Pier and had lunch, and we started talking about, okay, whatever it is, she's going to have a regular job and stuff. And we both were into Michael Moorcock stuff, so the Stormbringer, the Soul Gem, the ancient artifact, so the Witchblade is essentially the ancient artifact. And we kind of bare bonesed it out and stuff. And then I had just worked with Mike on a ballistic miniseries with Wetworks, so we just did 3 issues together, and Mike was just getting better and better and better and better and better and better and better.
Yep.
And Marc chimed in with his 2 cents on things, and that's how that happened.
It was just off to the races.
Yeah, we just decided, let's do it.
That's crazy. And Mike Turner's artwork was incredible as well on that, and he's really a comic book icon in a lot of ways.
He was an incredibly sweet guy too. But the thing too that people, I think artists need to take note of with Mike is Mike approached the art as an athlete would. So Mike was constantly training his art. He was constantly absorbing and researching more art. He was like a sponge. Whenever I would show him any artist he's never seen before, it was just, and then it would affect his art in a positive way, and it kept growing. So any artists out there, they really have to think, how do I get to be a top artist? You work at it.
You sponge and you learn and you watch whoever you can and any video you can have.
Yeah.
If it's a digital, you can go online, find digital samples of people working and figure out exactly how it is.
Yeah. And we have a big free repository right now too at my digital art tutorials.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan of that. I saw that online as well.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of cool, like we pulled some really cool old school stuff. There's scans of some old Gene Colan pencils and John Buscema pencils. So there's things that people could take. And if they want to work on their inks, they can work on their inks. If they want to work on other colors, they work on the colors. We put full PSD files on there too, so people can take them apart and see how they work and stuff, the layers of color and effects on top of the line art and all that kind of stuff.